Hello, welcome back to 3D Drawing for Your Model Railway. In today's episode I'm going to look at adding some more supports for the roof sections that we've drawn, specifically looking at these three in this area here. There is a couple more that we'll be looking at on the left hand edge here. We're looking to do these three to start with. And looking at the parts themselves, they actually look like they're all attached to the spoil conveyor belt. So obviously we'll model that the same. And this one on the end here, this looks like it's attached to the inside of the pickup conveyor. So jumping into Fusion, if you look at the canvas, they're all drawn on here so we can get the relative positions there nicely for them. So the first thing we'll do is make sure we've got the shaker spoil conveyor selected, which as I say we're drawing on the side of this. So zooming in, I'm going to create a sketch on the outside surface of that conveyor belt, and we'll start by just doing the rectangle. I think, although looking at the shape it's a piece of right angle iron, parts would be too small really to draw them on to scale and expect them to print particularly well, and then be strong enough to hold the roof at the same time. So I've just selected a point which attaches to the bottom of the part here, and then we're going to come up and draw an upright that's going to come up to, spin this round to the back. It needs to be touching into the roof. So let's create the width. Looks like it matches about right. So we'll define relative position. I'm going to go from that end of the diagonal part here, so let's change that to 20 just for ease, and then we'll say thickness 0.7 millimeters. Actually getting the height is going to be a bit difficult. What it might be better to do is draw the other direction, draw 90 degrees to it. Then we can match this profile. No, what we can do is what we're doing at the moment. Got a plan here. So if we do that 9 millimeters. Select the various profiles that we've got here. Hold shift down while you do it. And we can extrude that. I think maybe 0.5 millimeters. So it's a new body, I think, initially. Okay, and let's have a look what we've got in here. So see how it's gone up into the roof, that's fine. So what I can do now is do a sketch on the side face there, slice through, project that angle on, and then turn the roof off. Project that angle, okay, turn the roof off, now we can get that profile, okay. We can extrude that off the top. So that would then match the same profile as the roof there. Let's do the same for the next one along. So again, same sketch on the side profile here. So width is 0.7. Let's go 12 millimeters up. Define the distance from there to the top, 30.5. 6. There we go. And then we'll extrude all of these. So holding shift down again, selecting these profiles. Extrude 0.5. Sketch on the side there. Slice through. Project the roof profile. Turn the roof off, and then we can extrude that off the top. That's that one. And do the same for the last one here. Width 1.7. Doesn't matter about the height because we cut the top off. I'm going to move position down a little bit with the dimension here. So I'm going to say 41 millimeters, a bit more. 1.2. There we go. Then select all these profiles. Extrude by 0.5. Make sure it's not clashing on the side of that conveyor belt here, which is not. It's good. Turn canvas off, create a sketch on that inside profile. Slice, project that line there. Turn the roof off. Select the profiles and extrude that to cut that off. And roof back on. Okay. That's those 3 drawn. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is look at getting this one done, which is on the inside of the pickup conveyor. So we're going to swap over to pickup conveyor, turn that canvas back on, and we're going to draw a sketch on the inside surface here. Let's use a rectangle. We'll attach it to the bottom here. Actually, we're going to need to use a 3-point rectangle. It's not going to work using a normal one. So we'll connect the base, come across 0.7 like we were before, snap it in, and then drag that up through the top of the roof there. Define the distance from that point to there. Let's make that 3.9. Okay, and then we can select those 2 profiles, extrude the 0.5 thickness that we had, and then we'll do the same as we did previously. We'll actually, because it's an angle, that might be a problem. Create a sketch. On that plane, slice. We draw a box that will encompass this area. Turn the roof off. Select the profile, extrude. That'll cut the top off at the weird angles that we're going to have there. And then put the roof back on, it will sit on nicely. There we go. And that matches, obviously it's going to be attached to that, joins in across the top. Okay, looking at the picture here, there is a brace bar that goes across, so we can draw that on Actually no, because that's an angle that will be a nightmare to draw, because it'll want to, while we're not symmetrical, because it'll try and be diagonal. We'll wait until we've mirrored this all over, and then we'll add that part in. Okay, so that's all the bracing done for that. Is draw on this bracing here. Coming to fusion, we're going to do this on the chassis. So selecting the radio button for that. We're going to try and create an offset plane that we can draw off. So I'm going to offset it from the end of the roof, and then we'll look to see the position that we need to be in. So looking at that, maybe 6 inches from the end of the roof there. So if we come back, say millimetre, look compared to the triangular piece, yeah, that right place. So a millimetre back from the top edge of that roof, I'm going to create a sketch on that plane. I'll slice through to draw it. Okay, so looking at the photographs, the bottom part comes out diagonal, round the outside of this frame here, up, and then diagonal into the roof profile. So I think I'll start at the top, so go underneath the roof. So it's obviously you can see it's attaching, it's not attaching to that profile, so we'll draw that on, and we'll project that on. We'll project on the chassis top frame there. Okay, so let's draw a line from the inside of the roof. We're going to come out, it's got to come beyond these parts here. So we'll come out, we'll dimension this in a bit, come down, diagonals back in just after here. So we'll come down to that position there, and then diagonal in to the end of the chassis there. Okay, so let's offset the chain selection those 3 lines. We'll come in by -0.5. That line we're going to have to draw down a bit more. And I'll just draw a line across there to close that off. We'll do the same at the top edge. What we could actually do is, drag that up, no, okay, so how does this look? That's probably about right there. We could actually bring it back in to have a bit more support on this. So to do that, we need to edit that dimension on this. Let's bring that back to say 3.7. You can see it's not quite, maybe a little bit more. 3.65. So that's, I want to just touch ever so slightly. 3.62. It's definitely overlapping now, so when that prints, I'll add an extra bit of support to that. Okay, height of this, we're going to reduce the height of this because as we've changed this one, it moved this part down. Still too far down. 0.5. No more. Okay, let's go 8.2. Right, even shorter. 8. Okay. And then that's defined this part at the bottom height wise. So if we then select that profile, extrude that, rotate it round, we can come back in minus 0.8. How does that look compared to the images? Maybe a little thin. Don't want to go as thin as these is 0.6. You can see from the photographs this is definitely thicker than those. Okay, so that's that one. This one's got slightly higher on this angle here. The bottom part's the same, it's just going up slightly. And it's only a tiny bit. You could do the same process if you want. You want to just draw this again profile wise, but I don't think I'm going to bother. It's not going to be noticed. So I'm just going to pattern this one across. It's only a tiny difference. There's two of these. The position of that is relative to where this angle starts. So I'm going to go there, minus 8.5. I'm not going to bother bringing this up slightly. It's still the same profile, it's going to match everything else. As I say, that will allow. Ooh, actually, we do need to make a change to this. Okay, so let's draw a sketch on there. Slice through. Yeah, that roof comes down there, so then project on that line. Okay, so what we'll draw is we'll just take a cut out off of there, extrude that profile. Now so you see what we're looking at. There, that cuts out a little V that this can then sit in. So that's those two drawn, and these uprights here. So I think I'm going to end the episode there. We've got all those added on as we wanted. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.